the top 10 poorest countries in Africa in 2021. If you're looking to visit Africa, we've got some bad news: it won't be cheap. Unfortunately, many of the continent's countries are mired in poverty and lack much of what Westerners would consider basic amenities. That said, if you manage your expectations, there are plenty of affordable options for seeing the continent's stunning landscapes and meeting its friendly people. If you're curious about the 10 poorest countries in Africa in 2021, here are our picks. 1. Chad. Chad is a country located in north-central Africa, with Lake Chad to its northeast. Chad has a population of about 11 million people. As of 2017, approximately 16% of its population was living below poverty line and close to 50% below median poverty line. With an economy largely dependent on agriculture and livestock, it is one of the poorest countries, with 80% of its population depending on agriculture for their livelihoods. 2. Democratic Republic of Congo. The Democratic Republic of Congo has one of Africa's most active economies. It has a significant amount of natural resources, including gold, diamonds, and copper ore. Nevertheless, Congolese citizens struggle with poverty and income inequality. Roughly 2 million children are out of school due to lack of funds and food insecurity. This nation has been plagued by political conflict as well as corruption among leaders, which have prevented it from making major economic strides. 3. Guinea. Guinea is officially considered a lower middle income country and one of the poorest countries in Africa. Although most people live on less than $2 per day, unemployment rates are relatively low, compared to its neighbors. Most families rely on subsistence farming for survival and live off rice, cassava, millet, corn and fish. While malnutrition affects almost half of children under 5 years old, life expectancy has increased from 50 years in 1990 to 58 years today, thanks largely to improvements made by international aid organizations. 4. Mali. Mali is one of West Africa's poorest countries, with a GDP per capita at $2,300. There are several reasons for Mali's low GDP, including its lack of wealth and infrastructure, large refugee population that inhibits its economy, inability to successfully reform its government, droughts resulting from climate change and soil erosion which destroy agricultural fields. All these factors contribute to Mali being one of West Africa's poorest countries in 2021. 5. Niger. In 2019, Niger was ranked as one of the poorest countries in Africa, with a GDP of $2.84 billion and an annual per capita income of just over $1,000. $84 billion and an annual per capita income of just over $1,000. Within 5 years, however, thanks to massive investment from China's newest foreign aid project, the China-led One Belt One Road initiative, that figure is expected to reach over $10 billion, and Niger will move up 8 places on our list of poorest countries in Africa. 6. Liberia. Since a civil war that lasted more than a decade, Liberia's economy has struggled to rebound. Recently, an increase in industry, including rubber and palm oil, has driven some economic growth, but, like many countries on this list, Most of its population lives below or just above $1.25 a day. That being said, what really sets Liberia apart is its exposure to poverty. It has been hit hard by poverty-related problems such as disease and poor sanitation infrastructure since its war ended. 7. Sierra Leone. Sierra Leone is one of Africa's poorest countries. It lies in Western Africa, right above Guinea and below Liberia and Ivory Coast. The country shares its borders with the Gambia to its west, Guinea to its north and east, Liberia to its southeast, and Ivory Coast to its south. Its coastline is surrounded by the Atlantic Ocean, which leads into Senegal at its northern point. Sierra Leone used to be one of Britain's major assets until it was freed from slavery. 8. Burundi. Burundi is among some of poorest countries in sub-Saharan Africa and faces a risk of widespread poverty throughout its population. Almost half of Burundian residents live on less than $1.90 per day, according to World Bank data. The country also has one of lowest gross domestic products, GDP, per capita at $480. It's estimated that about 3 out of every 4 people are living below the national poverty line. In fact, about 70% of Burundians live on just 50 cents a day or less, according to International Business Times. 9. Equatorial Guinea. Equatorial Guinea is a small, oil-rich country on Africa's west coast. The GDP per capita, on PPP basis, of Equatorial Guinea was estimated at $31,909 for 2010. About 30% of its population lives below $1.25 per day, with life expectancy around 57 years for men and 59 years for women. In spite of being rich in natural resources, Equatorial Guinea remains one of the poorest countries in Africa. It has been ruled by dictator Teodoro Obiang Nguema Mbasogo since 1979, when he overthrew his uncle Francisco Macias Nguema, who killed between 50,000 to 100,000 people during his rule. 10. Malawi. Malawi is a small landlocked country in southern Africa. The economy of Malawi has a poor track record. The country's gross domestic product, GDP, per capita declined from $600 in 1995 to just over $200 in 2000 and has stagnated since then at about $250. As such, Malawi is often considered one of the world's poorest countries, alongside other countries that have suffered civil wars or sustained large HIV epidemics. What do you think about our video? Let us know in the comments section down below. And please don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel before you go. Thanks so much for watching.